Hi, Shaun. This is Edwin. I received your email and I thought about writing an answer, but then I figured that I missed to explain you a couple of things that I should have done before. So I decided to record this quick video to, give you a few of the ideas that I think I missed to tell you. And I definitely agree with you. I wouldn't put several thousand of dollars on a project that I'm not decided to award to somebody. And that's probably not what I intended to say when I send this email. What I pretty much am proposing here is that basically what I want to do is prepare a set of plans for you to be able to have the specs to build your garage with the specifications for the soundproofing that you need and all the details. Now, once you have those plans before introducing to the city, that's the best moment to get pricing for several contractors. And then at that moment, since you're giving them a document that says what they need to do, there will be pricing something that you can compare apples to apples, right? Because I mean, the framing, the sizing, and all the specs, it will be the same for everybody. I, in construction, there are several different ways that you can tweak things and make the cost go low, go high, depending on what you're doing. But basically, if you have the set of plans and the plans say what you want to do, the contractors need to price according to the plans, and that's probably something that I would suggest you to do is getting detailed, itemized estimate based on the plans and by quantity, right? Another thing is also for them to provide an itemized schedule. And it's something similar to this. Let me show you. Something like that. A task by task breakdown of what they plan to do or they're planning to do in regards to your project. And that way you can actually see if somebody can explain you what they want to do in detail. You can see if they have the expertise to get your project done properly. Now at the same time, you can have weekly visits and actually see what is going on at the job, and if something is not happening, you can pretty much ask the question, what is not happening and what are you going to do to get back on the schedule. What you don't want is the projects to get longer than is needed. Also, one of the things that I probably will say that is a major thing on projects that fail is because they don't follow the sequence they have to follow, or they get out of sequence, right? So if they can provide you a schedule, a detailed schedule, and an itemized breakdown of the cost, you have a good success rate, success chance that they're gonna do it right. And at the same time, you also check the references. Like they have enough reference that you can actually verify that they are enough satisfied customer that you can verify. But basically, this is and I send you this video. I know that I haven't spent time with you and explain you enough in details. But basically, what I usually do is, and this is probably what this is what helped me to be successful in all my projects. I modify the whole. I very much design my own project management system. I price a little bit different than everybody, and I manage my project a little bit different. Basically, I have a process in which I go step by step, and this is something that I fine tune. And the way that I do it is the problem that I try to have is I try to basically, in regard to cost, I don't like to overprice you, and I don't want what I can afford to underprice you, right? What I try to is to get the price exactly right. And the way that I do is I usually give you a ballpark at the beginning. I think we determined that your ballpark was around the $50,000 mark. Now, obviously this is as I mentioned, it's a ballpark, but then once we have the set of plans, which is basically this step right here, project package, is pretty much getting the blueprints and all the stuff. This is at the beginning of the project, and then I do an itemized estimate And still, after I give you the estimate, when I go into the job and when I start work, every week I make, let's say, real time. Every week I collect all the invoices of the expenses that we're incurring on. I put them together. I collect all the expenses on regards to the subcontractors or the labor, and I pretty much make progress cuts week by week of what we're spending and what the progress that we have. So in that way we can really fine tune the cost to be the real cost. I base my cost on the real expenses and the real, so there is no extra buffering of extra costs, so you can have the leanest price possible. And at the same time, if you see any opportunity to save, I will probably present it to you and see we have these choices, and then you can decide if you want to go, with anyone. This is something that is probably difficult to understand unless you have worked with me, because it's a fairly complex process, and many contractors are not going to give you the level of details to access to see the transparency of the project inside. I give you that. I usually do that with my customer, and it's kind of simple, difficult for me to explain like this. But you probably, if you talk to Michael or maybe to Bridget, they did a couple of projects with me, and now we even gonna start another project soon. But it's something that we have control of the time, of the cost, and every variant, any option that we have along the way. And then after, basically your step is trying to prepare the project package, and then I do the work orders, and these are the work orders. This is when I prepare detailed pricing item by items with other receipts. Now I know that your project is probably not that big and not that difficult, but still, I mean, you don't want to improvise on this. You want to do it right, the first time. Again, you don't have to do the plans with me. You don't have to do the job with me. If you decide to do the plans with me, you still, before moving forward to do the project, you can obtain pricing for different contractors and make another decision. I often beat most of the people with the level of quality that I provide. But anyway, still, if I think you can still, if you can get, your plans, your pricing, and your schedule, you are, closer to a point that you review your references, that you have plans, a schedule, pricing, and references. If you have all these together, and you know that you can feel a level of specificity, that you can see what is going on, you will be successful. But definitely, let me know if you have any other question. I know that we haven't talked that much, but anyways, if I can be on any help, let me know. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.